All right, kids, I want to ask you a question.
What?
Tell me one thing, one at a time. Tell me one thing that you miss about having a house. We are at Green Lawn RV Park in Stonington, Maine. This is where we're going to be leaving our RV while we are going to our friend's house to stay for a week. The problem is though, as I come back here to unhook our expedition, when I open the door, I notice that our steps don't come down. And I also noticed that our panel is supposed to light up and tell me that the car is in neutral tow mode. And that didn't happen. So my alarm went off in my head telling me, well, your battery's dead. So whenever I got this expedition completely tow ready for us, one of the things was I had a battery charger placed, or a trickle charge placed on our battery so that while we're towing it for long periods of time, that the battery don't go dead. But it's dead, and I don't know why. I don't know why it happened. Now what I've got to do is get my battery cables, and I hope and pray that they're long enough. Here, this is where my battery storage compartment is. Luckily, the battery on the Expedition's also on this passenger side. So I just got to see if it's long enough. I hope it is. It's going to be close. Alright, well, the thing didn't fold down, but it did light up. Maybe it needs more power. Yep, not enough. Okay. Still not coming down, so don't think it'll start yet. It did start. Great. Great. Okay. Although I'm not sure why that's not coming down. Strange. Something's not right. I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting all kinds of error codes coming up now. When I shut my door and then try to go forward, well, now it's let me. Earlier it was saying transmission not in park. My brake is lit up, my ABS is lit up. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to check the code on it. It looks like a little lightning bolt. This limited slip thing is on. Of course, I know I'm low on gas too, so I'm not sure what is going on. Oh, our cameras aren't working anymore. Oh, Ford. I'm not really happy with what's happening right now. I mean, really, who wants to buy a brand new vehicle for the purpose of what we bought it for and have issues? Now, I realize that the battery dying is not Ford's fault. I don't know what that problem is. I'm going to blame that on the company who installed everything for us. What I don't understand is all that happened was the battery shut off. So why is it now that everything is like haywire in here? I mean, it shouldn't do that, in my opinion. I don't feel like it should. It should just, once the battery's charged, go back to normal. But steps won't come out. All these codes are up, so I'm not sure what's going on. So now I got to find a Ford dealer and do all that stuff. So now what we're doing is we packed up some clothes. We've already got those in the back of the Expedition. I'm doing our dishes really quickly. Don't want to leave with dirty dishes. Laine is getting homeschool stuff. And then we've got to go through and pull everything out of the refrigerator that we want to take. Everything else, unfortunately, we're going to have to throw away because we're leaving it in storage and we're not having hookups here. So, but that's all right. Some of that stuff's probably expired anyway. This is why we got the Ford Expedition Max instead of just the Ford Expedition, because it's got a lot more cargo room in the rear. We wanted more of a family-friendly vehicle, and with 4 kids and a lot of things, and we knew that we would be using this separate from RV life. We wanted to make sure that it would hold everything that we need in any situation, any circumstance. That's why we got the Ford Expedition Max. Say bye to the RV for a week.
Adios. Bye. Peace out. Kiss you on the cheek. See y'all.
He said kiss you on the cheek.
Kiss you on the cheek. We love our RV.
See you later.
Adios, RV. Thank you. You guys want to see
We
the
are
inside?
right. This property goes, there's a path that goes right down to the water. Let's go check it out inside. Come on, Grady. Come on, Grady. Wow, this is cool.
Look, I left us a note, guys. It's stuff for s'mores. Yeah!
Chason.
Chason, you're a professional. Chason. Guys,
Whoa,
listen to
do
Chason.
that again.
Do it again.
Professional Chason. Yeah. I had no idea. The next Mozart in our family. Grady, you had your hand up first.
I miss my own room. Like, I just miss my bed. I just miss my own bed.
Layla, your turn.
What I miss about home is that I have all this room to play and I have everything that I need. I have one thing that I really loved was Mom told me not to get in that in the Buster's bed thing, his little house. And there was kittens in there that just now got born, and Mom said not to go in because if I touched them, they might have died. And I just snuck in there and I started to. I didn't care. I just.
So you miss all the animals and stuff?
Yeah, how we could play around and what a big field we had, and we had chickens and we had a lot of space. It just out we could pick blueberries and everything, raspberries. It was really cool.
Wow.
All right, Chason, what's one thing you miss about a house?
That we used to have cobbled in a bed that I used to sneak in the house at night and get and still stuck and then put it under my bed, and then at nighttime when I'm hungry I eat it.
Thank you, Chason.
Good job,
That's
buddy.
fine.
We would ask Gabriel what his thoughts are, but he probably don't even remember living in the house.
No. But the other kids do. They talk about the red house all the time.
They do. So I'll start with me. One thing that I miss that I've noticed with being here is, of course,
You're
they're all.
stealing the only thing I was
Oh,
going to say
sorry.
right now.
Sorry. Well, I said it yesterday.
I know. Go ahead.
I said it yesterday,
It's
so I feel
real.
like it's my right. I'm teasing. But what I noticed yesterday was that I don't remember the last time where we actually all sat down at a kitchen table and ate.
Layla, you want some bacon?
Dad, do you like bacon?
I love
I love bacon.
I love bacon.
Thank you.
So, I mean, we do it when we're with family. Like at my parents' house, we'll sit around the kitchen table and have dinner and stuff like that. But where it's just LPO6 sitting around a table, all of us, no TV, nothing, and we're just sitting here.
Well, we have space to like put a dish, you know, the
Yeah.
food and. Yeah, just the space and the talks and the laughing and board games at the table. Like the table has been the centerpiece of our whole time here.
Yeah,
We've
it
done
has
everything at the table, so I guess we miss
Homeschool's been at
tables.
the table. We miss tables. You don't get tables in RVs.
And this table, you're looking out at the water, so it's pretty fantastic.
When we actually get a table, it's a rare treat for us, and it's something that I've realized that I miss about a home.
I'm gonna get your phone.
No,
No phone. That's
we're gonna
Mommy's.
leave it here because we're table sitters. We like to get our food, and have our meal around the table. You making it okay, bud? You
Pick it
can't
up.
take that outside though, okay?
No,
Just put your hoodie on. Okay. It's something that I have enjoyed is the kids going in and out, and I'm not worried about cars, strangers, you know, because for one, I can practically see them from all angles, but also we're out here in the middle of nowhere, which is how it would be. And so, like, my mom, like, high intensity has definitely come down a notch. For sure. So we miss things, but it was like the first day during our Bible time when the teacher asked the kids to name something they're thankful for. Both of them said that we travel the world and we're sitting here looking at the ocean when we homeschool today. That's so cool. So they love that, but they also miss having a house, and we feel exactly the same way. We love both. That's all we know. We don't know what's next. We just know, we do know a shift is coming. I feel like the Lord's made that clear, but we don't know exactly what that looks like. And that's okay. We'll know when we're supposed to know.
And you may think, well, you guys just built a cabin. I thought that was going to be like your home base, and it
is.
But I will say that it, because of it being on Airbnb, it turned into a business really quickly because it's
booked all,
it's
every
booked.
day.
And when we go home in November and December, it's going to become ours. It's not like we can just move in there and take all of our clothes, take everything that we own and put it in there. We kind of have to treat it like a vacation still.
We just live differently there.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. I'm excited to spend Christmas there. But yeah, it's not what we had originally planned because thankfully it took off as an Airbnb. So not really, and it doesn't have a table that's
Yeah.
big enough for all of us. And this has really got me thinking how much I miss that. I know what I want. I just don't know when or where it's gonna be.
He just slide on my leg.
He
And-
did.
Yeah. And he bite me.
What did you do?
I climbed one and he got me in the water.
Oh no! Did it hurt?
Yeah.
A shark.
Oh my goodness!
Then stop bite me off.
Oh no!
Not a whale. And then
Did you cry?
big boat.
But listen, I can't stop traveling. I can't stop traveling.
Well, I can't either.
I'm an Enneagram 7, and I feel like having a home is going to feel a little bit like jail if we stay there too long. So ideally, like, have a home, enjoy it. If the kids want to get chickens and horses and do the whole life, like, we'll give them that. Because we've said in the beginning, when we had so much criticism about our kids and we're not thinking about them, well, let me tell you something. especially right now in this time, I feel dang good about our decision for our kids.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Our
that's
kids
a
at
whole
the
other
forefront.
topic.
They're at the forefront of every decision that we make.
Yes.
It's like what's best for our children. Like we're always asking them their opinion, just like you've seen. We're asking them what their opinion is, what did they miss, what do they love, dislike. Like
They know that we value. They know that we value their opinion, and they know we'll bring all of our wants and needs and desires to the Lord, and we all just trust that He'll give us a direction. That's just how we are as a family. It's not mom and dad just make all the decisions. We talk about everything for a long time. If the kids want like horses, because Layla has been consistently wanting horses for 2 years. So it's not a phase, it's inside of her. She desires it big time. So obviously we want to give that to her. So if we gotta go home and be there for 6 months straight just to get established, like we can probably make that sacrifice, and get it all set up.
Yeah.
But then after that, I see us traveling, like hop in the RV and leave for a month or two. Because if we build, a home, then we'll know all the people around there that can take care of things for us while we're gone and stuff like that. That's just a dream.
When we first started RVing, I thought that I would never want to go back into a home because of the enslavement that I would like to call it back then. I felt like a slave to the house, everything, the property. And I'll admit, in the beginning, like I said, that's how I was. And I thought, never going back to it. If we ever do, it's going to be a tiny house and we're going to live small. And I will say in the past 2 years that mindset of mine has changed a little bit. And I've got to learn to never say I'll never do.
I've been telling you that.
Because, things.
You don't know.
Things, yeah, you don't know. And things do come around to where, now, like the other day, I seen somebody mowing their yard and I kind of missed that. I did. I'll admit it. I thought having your own place, having something that you take pride in, and mowing the yard and fixing up the house or doing different things like that, having animals, there was a little bit of me that was like, oh, I kind of missed that. So the best of both worlds, like Laine has mentioned, would be for us to have a home and for us to be able to travel full time. Because ultimately, I think the thing that I have always longed for from the very beginning was just the time freedom and the financial freedom to do what we want to do. And previously, before RVing, we did not have that freedom. We didn't have it. Not
even close. We were struggling every month.
Yeah, money financially we struggled.
We also struggled from another thing, that is door locks. Gabriel.
Is he locked in?
Is he upstairs?
Nope. He locked it and then shut the door.
I'll fix it. I know how to fix it.
Okay, thank you.
And I was gonna get my socks.
Oh.
I'll get him in a second.
Yeah.
Let's finish what we're doing, okay?
When we left Missouri the last time, I got zoned into, we gotta build a house. Grady wants his own bed, so we have to build a house. And so obviously you guys know that I made this whole situation work in the RV to where Grady got his own bed. But even when I was looking at houses, the ones that fit our family, I was like, hey babe, we would never do this, but look at this. So I never want to do this, but look at this one. So we're never going to do this, but look at this. Like I said, I will never do this because we had it in our heads that we'll never live in an average or definitely not a big house, because I don't know why we were so gun-ho on that. Because that was a struggle for us in the past. That caused us grief because we couldn't afford our life before RV living. So one thing we will stick with is whatever life we do, we will be able to afford with ease. We will build and make decisions based on that. Whereas before, just like most people, there was always more month at the end of the money, every time. So not saying we're gonna build a mansion, but maybe I've been living in an RV for 2.5 years and maybe I do want 2 bathrooms and I shouldn't make myself feel bad about that.
And bedrooms for the kids, because I will say, being at this cabin, Grady's had his own bed and Chason and Layla have been sharing a room. And last night I laid in bed with Gabriel, which I haven't been able to do with him and for a long time, to just lay in bed with him and put him to sleep separate from everybody else. And like told stories, and it made me think of how when Grady was a little baby and he had his own room, and I would go in there before night and tell him stories, and I was realizing we haven't done that with Gabriel. We haven't done that with Chason because of this life, and
There's
us
no
being
space
there's
for
no
it.
space for it. And so it's just opened my eyes to some things that are in contrast to RV living that I do miss
That are beautiful.
with having a home.
Yeah. There's beauty in having your own space to read your nighttime books, and there's beauty in the kids having their own room. But there's also downfalls to that. When they're teenagers, I feel like I'm going to want just a one-room house where everything is visible, everything is in sight, and like you're held accountable. But there's beauty in both things. And you know what? There's one-on-one time when you're RVing up on top of a mountain after you have worked so hard to get there that you don't get living in a house. Like this RVing was the best decision we've ever made as a family. Still, always and forever.
Yep.
So I hope that doesn't ever have to stop. But we do miss some things about a house.
Yep, we sure do. Well, we just wanted to share with you guys being here at this cabin has kind of stirred some things in us, and we've just said things over the past couple days of being here that we thought, I want to share this because we need
nice. Yeah.
Wasn't you guys talking about getting a house?
We're kind of talking about it, kind of thinking about it. Would you want to do that?
That's a hard question.
I know. It is hard, isn't it?
What if you could do both? What if you could travel and have a house?
Then I do that.
Okay.
What if you had to choose? You're not having to, but if you had to.
If I had to choose, I'd travel every state in the United States, then I'd get a house.
Okay, that's cool.
That's
I
a
like
good plan.
that.
Good plan.
Okay,
do
so
that.
maybe in a year we get a house?
Okay.
Oh, where are the wipes?
You ready to say prayers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready? Are you
Yes.
going to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, you do it.
Amen.
Amen. Okay, your turn. Your turn. Okay, your turn.
Alright, for Mimi and Papa and Lisa and Anna and Maddie and Mimi and Papa and then Layla and Grady. Layla.
Chason,
And Chason and
Mommy,
Mommy,
Daddy,
Daddy,
and this food. Amen.
Okay,
Amen.
let's all say our normal prayer.
God is great.
God is good.
Now we
thank Him for our food. Amen.